Yo, it's Charlie, and today we are going to be ranking every character in Sonic the Hedgehog. So let's not waste any time and let's get straight into it. First character here, Amy Rose. Now, if any of you follow me on Twitter, you'll know I've been in some hot water recently because I said Amy was one of my least favorite characters in the series. And while that is true, there is probably people that I will rank lower than Amy. But that's not as interesting as a take on Twitter, so that is why. But classic Amy, you know, she doesn't really do much apart from get saved by Sonic in CD, and then obviously in Superstars she's there. That's about it. So I think classic Amy can go in the C tier. Next, modern Amy. I think I'm gonna have to give her the same fate as classic Amy. She's just annoying. I don't like Amy. I don't like her character. I don't like what she does. Well, when she does anything, which is barely ever. Just not a character that I can get behind. Next, Bark the polar bear. Obviously he hasn't been around at all, so I can't really give him anything. But I will have to put him lower than Amy because, you know, he literally is not in anything anymore. Bean can go on the same as Amy because I like Bean's design, but that's about it. Big, who doesn't like Big? You know, he's not the best, he's not the worst, he's just a likable guy. So for that, I think Big is going in the B tier. Next, Blaze the cat. I think the first S tier character on this list. Blaze is just cool as anyone who doesn't like Blaze, you know, why? What are you doing? You know, she's supposed to be Sonic's opposite from another dimension. That's cool. Like, she's got fire powers. Amazing. So Blaze is going to be the first S tier character on this list. This, I'm assuming, is not just any Chow, but Cheese. I love all Chow, who doesn't? But I'm gonna save myself from putting everyone in S. And Cheese can go at the top of A tier because I love Chow. Next, Chaos. One of the greatest design characters of all time. Also one of the greatest bosses of all time. I don't have much more to say about Chaos, so I think Chaos is going to be the next S tier. I love Chaos's design so much. Yeah, Chaos is going to be the next S tier. Next, I don't even need to say anything. Get in D. I hate Charmy. He's so annoying. I love his design, but his personality and his voice is just everything else is just abysmal. I hate him. So he can stay in D. Next, we have Chip. I know a lot of people don't like Chip. For some reason, he's just a better Charmy with a worse design. Like, if Charmy had Chip's personality and voice and stuff, he would be goated. But I don't see what's wrong with Chip. You know, him and Sonic have got a good dynamic in Unleashed. So I'm going to give Chip a B tier. Next, we've got another GOAT, Cream. I love Cream. People were cooking me saying I don't like Joy and Whimsy because I don't like Amy and Charmy. Well, I love Cream, and Cream is going at the top of A tier because she's just... How can you not like Cream? She's the GOAT. Next, I think we're going to have to rank two characters together here because you can't have one without the other. And I know people don't like Orbot and Cubot, but I like Orbot and Cubot. I just think if Eggman is like, if they give Eggman his more evil personality, they balance it out with the funny stuff, and Eggman can be mean and evil while they can be funny. So I'm gonna give Orbot and Cubot a B tier. Next, the man himself, Dr. Eggman. How can you not like him as a villain? Way cooler than Bowser, that fraud. And he should have won the death battle. But, you know, how can you put Eggman in anything but S tier? Who doesn't love Eggman? Next up is a Merle. Actually a quite interesting character. I like how you can like imprint other characters on him and he can learn other characters' moves and stuff in Sonic Battle. I think it's a really cool idea. So yeah, I'm gonna give a Merle the top of B tier. Because, yeah, he's cool. Next is Espio, another amazing character design. I love his personality. You know, he's a ninja. He's cool. Who doesn't like Espio? I really want to put Espio in S tier, but I think that's a tad too generous, and I don't want to be too top heavy on this list. So SBO can go at the top of A. Next up, we've got Fang. I love Fang's design so much. You know, he doesn't really do much other than in Superstars, which is a bad game. But great design, great idea for a character. I'm going to give Fang the top of B. Next up, we have Gamma. I don't like Gamma as much as Omega, but that doesn't mean I don't like Gamma. You know, his gameplay in Adventure 1 is fine. Don't have a problem with that. So I think Gamma can have the top of B tier actually, yeah. Next up, we've got the Hard-Boiled Heavies. I think they actually made for some quite interesting bosses in Mania. A lot more unique than what we usually get. So, but they're nothing too special. Like, they're just, you know, they're just robots. But I like the uniqueness of them. I think the Hard-Boiled Heavies can have the top of C tier. Next up, we've got Potential Man, Infinite. What a waste of a character. I love Infinite's design. One of the best designed characters in the series, hands down. But everyone knows he's a fraud. He just is a fraud. There's nothing else you can say about him. He's just a fraud. But in terms of character design, amazing. I'm gonna give Infinite a... oh, I don't know here. I think I'm stuck. I'm stuck between A and B because I really like his design, but he really is a fraud. I'm gonna give him the top of B. Next up, Jet the Hawk. I think an underrated character. He's just cool. He is just really cool. You know, he's a good rival as well, and Riders is a good game. And I really like his design. I think I'm gonna give Jet an A tier. Next up, the GOAT, one of my favourite characters in the series, Knuckles. It's going straight in S. I don't like what they've done with him recently, how he's not that guy anymore. And he used to be Sonic's rival. But, you know, he knocked him out with Supersonics how many times. But Knuckles is just, he's always going to be one of my favourites, no matter what. He's just so cool. Next up, we've got Maria. You know, she's part of Shadow's backstory, and Shadow's one of the best characters ever made. And, you know, in the movie, I think they do Maria a lot better, flesh her out a little bit more, show more of the relationship. Not like that, you know what I mean, like the friendship. So I think Maria is interesting enough. She can get a C tier. Next up, we've got Marine. Sonic Rush Adventure is a great game, not as good as Rush, and you know, she's not bad, but she's not great either. So I think Marine can go in the B tier, probably here. Yeah, that seems about right. Next up, Mephiles. I know Mephiles is mixed. You know, you either love him or you hate him. I quite like Mephiles. I think he's cool. He's got a cool design, even though he just looks like Shadow. You know, his eyes. Look at his eyes. You tell me that's not cool. And you know, he literally killed Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, how? That is crazy. He is the one that kills Sonic in a game, and he's, you know, less of a fraud than Infinite. So I think for that, Mephiles has to go in A tier. Brilliant character. Next up, we have another one of my favorites. I think one of everyone's favorites now. How can you not like Metal Sonic? You know, he's been popping off recently on TikTok and on everything. I think maybe one of the greatest villains of all time. I don't know what else to say about Metal other than he's just insanely cool and an insanely good character. So Metal Sonic will be going in S tier. Next up, we've got Mighty. I've seen a lot of people being mixed on Mighty as well, and I have no idea how. He should be the replacement for Charmy in the Chaotix. Get Charmy out, get Mighty in, because he's so cool. Great design, love him in Mania. Yeah, screw Charmy, get Mighty in. I think Mighty can go in A. Great character. Next up, we've got Omega, the GOAT, the better Gamma. He's just, you know, he's just wholesome in a way. Like, he's kind of cute as well, and I feel like he fits really well in Team Dark. So for that, I think Omega gets an A tier. Yeah, he's a cutie. Right, Omochao. We don't need to talk about Omochao. Same as Charmy, annoying, just completely I want to shoot him. I want to shoot him every time he talks and every time I see him. Next, Professor Pickle, underrated character, the GOAT in Unleashed, and I love his food, cucumber sandwiches, unreal. I think I'm not gonna lie, I think he's better than Maria and Amy, so I think Professor Pickle gets the top of C tier. Next up, we have Ray. Again, I've seen people hating on Ray, no idea why. By far the most fun gameplay style in Mania, and you know, his design's not that good, but in terms of fun, top tier. I don't think he's on the same level as Mighty. I think Mighty's like, you know, he's established, but Ray, great character. I think he deserves the top of B tier if it lets us put him in. Next up, another one of my favorite characters, Rouge the Bat. How can you not like Rouge? Secret agent. Her and Knuckles dynamic is amazing. Even her and Shadow's dynamic is amazing. And, you know, other things. So I think Rouge is another character that deserves an S tier. Next up, we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Shadow the Hedgehog. Just, you know, it was his year last year. What other Sonic character other than Sonic deserves a year like that? Not many other than Silver, but I know a lot of people don't agree. So, you know, what else can I say about Shadow? Everyone loves Shadow. He has to go in S tier. I don't think there's another place for him. Next up, Silver. I hate when people hate on Silver because this is a goated trio. This should be the mainstay in every game. It should be all three of them. Well, not every game, but a lot of games should have this trio doing some crazy because they just work so well together. But yeah, Silver's cool. You know, he's got psychokinesis, and I know people say he's the coleslaw guy or whatever, but come on, he's cool. Just admit it, everyone. Eventually everyone will. Just give it time and people will admit Silver's cool. But yeah, another character that deserves the S tier. Right, next up, the guy himself. You already know he's going in S tier. There's nowhere else you can put him. Where would we be without Sonic the Hedgehog? There is nothing more I need to say. Straight in S. Next, Styx the Badger. Actually an underrated character. Great, just personality all around. She adds some good comedy relief. If only she could take that away from Knuckles, like completely. But, you know, good addition to the cast and boom. I think she deserves probably the top of B. Next, we have Storm. Probably the worst of the Babylon Rogues. He's just not, you know, he doesn't stand out compared to Jet and Wave. Just a big dumb guy, but he's not awful. I would probably put him in the same tier as Amy, probably just below Amy here. Next up is Tails. Now, another controversial take. I don't really care about Tails. He's just there most of the time, but he's not awful, you know. But he is like the second guy. I'm stuck here again between B and A because he's not like terrible. You know what? For the people, I'll give Tails an A. Next up, Tikal. You know, she's not that special. Her designs are amazing. Great design. Other than that, not really anything to say. So she can have a B because I really like her design. She can go there. Next up, it's Milf O'Clock. Vanilla is going in the A tier. I don't even need to think about that. Wherever the MILFs go, I will be there. That's all I have to say. Next up is Vector. Love Vector. Amazing character. I love him and SBO together. But not Charmy. Screw you, Charmy. Love his design. I love that he's a MILF hunter like me. You know, we can relate on that. So Vector is going in the A tier. Next up is Wave. Love this design. Love personality. I think the Babylon Rogues deserve more respect. And they need to come back. They need to be regular. You know, they don't just deserve cameos. In the Heroes remake, you know, who knows, they might get their own team. But yeah, Wave I think has to go along with Jet because they're both insanely cool. Next up we have Captain Whisker. You know, he's got a cool design, I'll give him that. Other than that, not much to say. I like these pirates, you know. I like pirates. It's weird that I don't really think Rush Adventure's that great, considering I love like pirates and everything. But yeah, great character design. I'm gonna give him a B tier. I'm gonna put him with Orban Cubot because, you know, robots. Next up are the Wisps. I love the Wisps. I think they're all adorable. The only one I don't like gameplay wise is Cube. Just so boring compared to the others, but I love the Wisps. So I think the Wisps can have a solid A tier. Great, like, gimmick. Colors is a great game. Wisps can get an A. Now, I don't think I even need to talk about the Deadly Six. I think we all know where the Deadly Six are going. Zavok gets a D, Zaz gets a D, Xena gets a D, Master Zik gets a D, Zormon gets a D, and Zor gets a D. Awful characters, worst villains ever, absolutely atrocious. Hopefully they never show up again. That's pretty much it. And these are all the irrelevant characters. Yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching. Let me know where you would rank everyone. I would love to see a tier list. If you want, tweet me at Twitter. Tweet me at ChowleyXP on Twitter with your tier list. I'll leave a link in the description for this tier list if you want to make one. And that's all from me. See ya.